Let's go. Let's go. Higher and higher. You then feel me with holy fire. Everybody sing along. Higher.
Hello, and welcome back to Common Sense for Relationships. How are you and how have you been? And are you part of the 30 days rants? Yes, I know some people have come and they have said their own. And some of us who feel like, other people are really saying it very well. Our own is just to repost and repost. But anyhow, as far as the word gets out, yes, go ahead. All right. So today is going to be another power-packed, value-packed session. You know, on this channel, we bring you valuable information to help you make better decisions in your lives and in your relationships. We are particularly interested in your relationships. We want you to get it right because the fact is, if you get it right in your relationships, you make your life so much easier. So yes, it's very important, okay? And I am not alone today on the show. So I'm going to start by introducing everybody, right? And first I'll start by telling you, my name is Anita Batures, relationship coach, author of Husband Material. Yes, a practical guide to helping you find the love of your life. Yes, and so on. And with me in the studio is my husband and co-host, Kingsley Batures.
Oh. I'm not doing it well. Anyway, right,
no, you have to tilt your head and like. Oh.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm Kingsley Batures, her husband, and a licensed family life practitioner. For almost 2 decades now, a counselor, 2 decades as a counselor. It's not a small something. You understand? And I enjoy having to do this. You know, by the time you finish all the hassles and the hustles of business, and then you come into the matter of relationship, you know, and I still
side of things that can be very hard.
Some side of things that can be very hard. And that's why I say relationship is serious business. But on this matter, if you see the way they dragged me in social media last week, the dragging is dragging Pro Max. Just by myself, as me, I'm like this, over 200 comments.
And unfortunately, we cannot say you were just sitting on your own, no, because you were not sitting on your own.
I was sitting on my own. I just said what I said. If you listen to that, and I said, in my opinion, which was what I said. So it's me by myself just saying what I think, and the dragging was Pro Max. As in every 90%. Am I saying 90? It's like 95% of them were guys. In fact, somebody told me, said, you have failed the brotherhood. I went through a lot, but I'm still back here, and I will still say my truth. If you don't like it, go to the comment.
Unfortunately, you are not from the generation that when they say things, it will affect your mental health. So let me see. Are you affected by all that? How is your mental health?
My mental health is affected by the mental state of the people that are making the comments.
Can you imagine?
So I was feeling for them. Because a lot of them are still single. I've been married for 17 years. You understand? So I have track record to prove that what I am saying can work, not suggestions that you are giving.
Exactly.
They called me names, so from Mumu to Mugu to the one said, who is this black man? In fact, what didn't they call me? Simp or this thing? I was like on my platform again. But I said, actually, but as I was listening, I felt really, and it's interesting about the topic for today. I felt like, there's a generation that needs help. So we have to keep talking at the expense. And maybe some of the things that they said, I would leave it to KJ because he was excited as in they were in his community.
Yes.
You know, the people that They set up.
And he said some of the things they were saying. He said, was trying to say it on the show.
He was trying to say it on the show.
Yes, but
so
time
please,
did not allow us.
KJ and Yoma
yes,
still here.
Please, let's welcome KJ and Yoma. Yes, our wonderful co-hosts.
You see, right now, what happened is, I'm very sorry for what you experienced. Anyways,
it's okay. So I went through a lot.
Are you apologizing on behalf of your generation?
I'm not apologizing on behalf of my generation. I'm just saying that for me, I'm apologizing for what you experienced. But sadly, your opinion triggered a lot.
It touched me. What did I say now?
Oh, you said a lot.
What did I say?
You said a lot, actually.
The guys were taking me on left, right, center. I tried to respond to.
You can't keep up when it comes like that, like a flood. Just let it be.
So, but I have to work. I have work. I have businesses to run. So I can't be answering everybody. I answered a few and tried to educate them, but
you see the experience you had in your time is different from the experience a lot of guys have now.
But the principles are the same now.
Are you sure we should not revisit these principles to check? But yeah, some of the things we can tweak it a bit. Because right now we have a lot of, it's not just one. So you don't think I'm the only one saying, right? In fact, I should crown myself the voice of the streets.
What?
Because it's not just
King of boys.
King of boys.
Yeah, King of boys.
See, you prefer that one because it sounds bad.
You know.
Just look at it.
Because right now it's not just a group of guys. A group of guys that sit somewhere that is experiencing this. We have a lot of guys out there. In fact, let me read some of the. I can read some of the comments, right?
Yes, go ahead.
I'll just read like one or two of them or three that actually. I felt the pain.
You felt the pain of the
I could see it.
The pinch point.
No, when the guy told me that you have failed the brotherhood, I felt it. I felt like this guy was going through a lot.
Okay, just before you read that first comment, I'd like to welcome everyone who has joined us today. Okay, and you see how we just went straight into dragging matters
arising.
Yes, it just tells you that what we are dealing with, what we are
there are serious issues.
is serious issues. Yes. So today is going to be yet another opportunity for us to tackle really important issues. But for all of you who have joined us, thank you for joining us, and please let us know in the comment section. So just type your location, hashtag Lagos, and so on. Let us know where you're joining us from. And if you're watching this right after the premiere or some other time, also let us know that you are re-watching. Okay, so replay, rewatch.
You can also tell us if it's your first time.
Exactly. If you're here for the first time, we're so happy to have you here. We're always excited about first timers because it means the word is getting out and more people are getting this good value. So before you continue, just reach out to a friend, a loved one, someone you know needs to be empowered to do right in their relationships. Please send the link to them and like this program and subscribe if you have not yet subscribed, because it's going to help us go a long way to get this word to everyone who needs it. All right, so let's go.
That's right. Did you give them the topic for today?
We will get to the topic right after tackling the dragging comments.
You guys feel so please, if you feel my pain, if you feel my pain, type in the comment. Just type sorry. Please, just encourage
just
me.
Type ndo.
Encourage me. I went through a lot. Yeah.
And
the Abian in me is waking up. Oh yeah, KJ, please.
Before I read brotherhood, I stand for you guys. Please, if you want your voice to be heard through me, just subscribe, like. Do you understand? Follow, share, anything. Because you see, this our voice, it has to be heard.
Okay.
Now, this brother said this. This one is actually this one. I could feel it.
Do you have his name? Because we can.
I can call his name, man. Okay. So, Bright Austin, my brother, he said, "How can I be begging a girl to come into my life so that she can be eating my money?" Hey! Let me try and sound like my money.
My money.
Any man that is constantly ruining a lady for more than 24 hours is a useless man.
Are we sure that this? So I have a response to this. Are we sure that these people are serious? Because we have to be sure. Maybe they're just catching trips and we're just
no. Yoma, you seem to be living in a different world.
Yoma, excuse me. If 200 comments
Do you get?
From over 100 guys,
I
they
say,
cannot be joking.
of course.
But you know, there's something that I see here, and you know, I like to be practical about stuff. Okay, and if I look at myself as somebody who has self-esteem, my self-worth is in place. I know what I want, and I know I have options for what I want. Do you understand? And I feel like I'm all that plus a bag of chips. And I approach a lady, and she's doing one kind. No, personally speaking, if I were a guy,
You're walking
I won't waste my time now.
God bless you.
Unless it is that I am so young, I have so many years ahead of me, I don't mind taking my time, or maybe I enjoy the chase. Oh, she's playing hard to get. I'm going to do everything and eventually get her, just to prove that I won. Like, that thing they say guys like to hunt. Unless that's the part of me I'm trying to explore. But if it is that I know where I'm going, I know what I want to get there fast, and then somebody's here wasting my time. No, I'm not talking to you. No, I'm not answering you. I sent a message, you don't respond. I say, let's go out on a date. Oh, please, I don't have time. I'm busy. You're just giving me excuse. I begged.
24 hours.
Do you understand? So because the fact is that there are other people. And if you're somebody who knows how to...
I can see KJ shaking his head
frantically. Yes. I support that motion.
Nothing to what you're saying.
The fact is, if there are other people, if you are the kind of person who is able to interact well, make friends all over the place, you're not a shy person, or, to say, oh, I'm an introvert, I don't really like... If you're a person who knows how to connect well, people cannot be forming for you now.
Right.
Because you'll be like, because I even managed to talk to this one, she's for me. I beg.
Baby, I get what you're saying.
Move on to the next.
I give context.
I know you give context.
If she is what you are looking for.
But then you know that what you are looking
if
for.
I look well, I'll find another
person that has what you have. Yes. So why are you now doing the shackle? Yes, it's the truth.
Yes.
I'm alone right here.
I'm just boiling in my seat.
Yoma, I'm alone right here.
I'm boiling in my seat. I'm looking for words.
Okay, so why you are looking for words, KJ? Please read some other comments because I went through a lot.
Now, dissect this whole thing. Now, this other guy said, wait, let me check. Okay, this guy said, this man get time. By the way, this is from Emmanuel Elias Val in Elenike. I'm sorry if I didn't pronounce your name correctly. Pardon me. But I'm for you. I'm speaking for you.
Wow.
Now, he said, this man get time. It should be a mutual choice and agreement of two adults and not forced. But everyone has what works for them. I meet you, we talk. If our vibe and character are compatible, I express myself, my intention, and wait for your response. But if you delay, I will forget you and face my future while waiting for another one.
Wow.
I don't look back.
So that guy is saying, well, when I go forward, I'm gone. I'm not going to come back and look for you.
Yes, the concern that I have, right, with these kind of comments is I cannot see the value that is placed on the woman that you're looking for, right? If you use 2 seconds to speak to her and she doesn't give you the response immediately and you're out the door, then I'm wondering what value does she have, right? And if she's not valuable, are you valuable? Hold on, because I say something to people a lot. I say that kings go after queens. Queens are not many out there. That's the honest truth. Queens are not a lot. So when you find a queen, the process you communicate your interests to her, the process of communicating that interest to her, communicates to her not just that you're interested in her, right? But that you have seen a queen. There must be something that I see as a woman, right? That shows me that this person hasn't just seen a woman that can be in his house, tying wrapper, giving birth to children, but he has seen his queen. When I see a guy that knows what it is to identify a queen, I have seen a king.
Okay.
So when we say to men that they need to be intentional and they need to show up properly, it's for their own good at the end of the day. Because if you come to me sloppy, what you're communicating to me is that you're not a king, because a king knows when he sees his queen, and a king knows how to treat a queen like a queen. And a king does not go after everyone on the streets. So there is something that you do when you come to me to say that you're interested in me that shows me that you were looking for a queen and you identified me as a queen. And there is something that you do that shows me that, number one, you were not looking for a queen. You're just looking for any girl that can give birth and have kids and be your wife. And number two, you have not identified me as a queen. And if you have not identified me as a queen, I cannot be with you. So when you are in a hurry, sorry, let me wrap it up. Sorry, I know it's been a lot. When you are in a hurry, when you cannot be patient to let me relax and rest into the relationship, but when I have to say yes instantly, it has to be mutual. We have to be toasting each other. You toast me, I talk my own, you talk your own. There's nothing to show me that you've identified a queen. And I don't know what I'm working with.
Okay.
Here's
Say
my
1 minute. Say
one minute.
So that, because there's a lot of response waiting here.
So first, the value of a queen is communicated by the queen. The queen herself is the one who communicates her value to the man. Do you understand? That's one. That's my opinion. Two, a queen, for you to be a queen, you must have gotten, you are not a princess. You have gotten to the level of maturity that you know what you want. Queen Bathsheba was her name, that went to King Solomon. When she met King Solomon, after communicating with King Solomon, she knew this man, there's something about this man I want. King Solomon didn't need to beat around the bush to say, come, I am. She didn't need to start merry-go-rounding, what's it called, dancing up and down before she accepts King Solomon. She knew this is what she wants. She's an adult. She's not a princess. A princess is the one who does that. A princess is the one who waits for you to do all the wooing.
No, you're not getting it. Number one, your first point, you cannot say to me that you're coming to me and you're talking to me like I'm a slave, and you're saying that I should communicate. If you're talking to me like I'm a slave, I have already expressed myself or showed up in life like a queen. If you then come to me, even though I carry myself like a queen, because yes, it is possible for you to carry yourself like a queen, and people will come to you and they will show up like they are coming to get a slave.
If you show up as a queen and he speaks to you as a slave, then your communication does the rest.
No, there is a lot. No, that's a different point. Where we're talking about how men sometimes show up to women they're interested in.
Okay.
Right? You're coming to a woman, you're coming to woo her, to show her that you're interested in her. But you're coming up to her without coming with that expression of the value that you have seen.
Okay, almost as if she's cheap.
If she's cheap.
Okay.
And then you're saying that if the second point you were making was that she should know what she wants. She knows what she wants. Then you come to her, then she's seeing you. She doesn't know you. She knows what she wants. So she's taking her time to evaluate you alongside with what she wants. That's why she's taking her time. So she knows what she wants.
Okay.
Right? But she doesn't know you.
Exactly.
So when you come, she's evaluating you based off of what she knows that she wants and comparing them. And sometimes she will need to take her time to be able to identify whether you have those values that she's looking for.
What is happening is that a lot of guys are
in 2 seconds you're off the door.
A lot of guys saying that's taking your time.
Exactly.
They don't have that time for you to take your time.
I don't think that's it. No,
but you need to read the comments.
No, hold on. So now
that's it.
Okay, so there's the part where somebody walks up to a guy, walks up to a lady to, for instance, ask her or to interact with her. Now, I don't think. Well, let me not say I don't think. The way and the manner that the engagement takes place, the communication takes place, the first meeting takes place is important. There's a way you approach someone, and just by the way you approach, you have already disqualified yourself. Do you understand? Because, for instance, if somebody should, assuming I was single now, and some guy just shows up to me and is like, "Well, you're looking good," and starts talking about my
features. That's
the end of the
conversation.
That's the end of the relationship that didn't
start.
Do you understand? Because it just, in my mind, as far as I'm concerned, that's really shallow. If but it's just the kind of person that I am. So there's
Babi,
the part.
Babi, the point that a number of these guys is making is that if they show up and you give this kind of response, this you are playing hard to get.
No.
So
It's not, no.
that would not be in order. Hard to get is that
There is still a chance.
That hard to get is that you are coming towards someone. The person is kind of permitting some degree of interaction,
Yes.
but then is still acting like they are not interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Do you understand?
But Yoma just said that.
So the one
this is a way of. But there's something fundamental she said, which is what I need us to also pay attention to. KJ,
Yeah.
you still please read some more comments
Yeah.
after I said it. But something fundamental she said, which is the fact that if I know what I want as a lady, so the lady is saying, I know what I want, but I don't know you. So coming to me and giving me an ultimatum of when I should accept or how long I should take to respond, because there were guys on that chat, KJ, you can see there were guys on that chat that were saying, if I show up 24 hours, I'm gone. Or if I show up 2
but
days,
the question is,
and
are they
she's-
showing up? Are they showing up and saying, "Go out with me"? Full stop.
we don't know
Or
what
are
they are
they
saying,
showing up
but
and saying,
whatever they are
"Hello,
saying,
it's nice to meet
whatever
you,"
they are saying,
or
if
something?
it does not define, that's what you might say. If it does not define value to me, I will take my time, because, for example, some people can show up sloppy, but they have good intentions.
Yes,
You understand?
yes.
So I still need to evaluate beyond
yes.
the approach.
Yes.
Can I see the content?
Yeah.
Yes.
You understand? Beyond the packaging, can I see the content?
Yes.
So there's the part where, which is the point she's making. There's the part where I need to evaluate, because I know what I want, but I don't know you. So I need to take time to know you.
Yeah.
And I can't be giving you green light when I'm still trying to know
To
you.
know you. Yes.
I understand, but then there's something like general politeness. Do you understand? So for instance, it's just general. So part of the reason why a guy will say, "I beg, I'm leaving," is because the guy just said hello, and you've already judged him from hello.
Bam.
Do you understand?
Okay, I hear you. I hear you.
And come on, if it was just a complete stranger who had absolutely no intention of asking you out, at least answer the greeting.
God will bless you, man. Wait. Sorry, man.
That's not the issue.
Wait, Naima. Let's really define what it means to play hard to get.
Okay.
What does it mean when a lady is playing hard to get? Let me define it from a guy's point of view.
Okay.
Or from my
Then I'll
own point of view.
define it from experience.
Yeah. So I meet you as a lady, and like Auntie said, common courtesy of hi, hello, and all of that. You're not even giving me the chance at all by honoring my chat with a response or a proper response. You're just giving me, like I said, monosyllabic responses every single time.
KJ is back here. We are here again.
Okay, wait. Let me read this comment.
Read.
I will read it the way it is. This is Nemeka Jonathan Muele. He said, "Oga, shut up."
KJ, you murder that person's name.
Sorry,
We'll sue
sorry.
you.
No, I'm
Continue.
sorry. Oga, shut up. That same hard to get a lady is crying secretly. That same hard to get lady is crying secretly to get attention of one rich or richer man or guy around your neighborhood or state or off your state. Do you understand? Or off your state. And she'll quickly accept once he comes for her and even open her legs for him and yada, 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 yada. Again, let me just skip the other part. Oh, no. Okay. Hold on. Again, if you had appeared richer to her, would she waste time accepting you? Hard to get is ancient practice and totally outdated now. So stop blabbing. Now only womanizers that will continue to be chasing one girl. Serious men ask with respect and back it up with their body language. But after 3 to 5 days and she's not responding accordingly, he goes his way. Now, yes, these are the key things I want to pick out of this. First is she knows what she wants. 1, 2, timing, like time. How quickly you respond
to the signals he's giving.
To the signals he's giving.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Now, this is the interpretation guys get. We finished talking. We've had a good conversation, but then you're not giving me the response as quickly as I want you to give me. In my mind, I'm thinking that, there's something you've seen in me that you don't like. Do you understand? And it's making you slow your chats. But there's some other guy you're responding to as quickly as you can. because there's something you see in him that you like. That's how we interpret it. Do you understand?
Yeah. Well, you know what I have to say to that? The big problem here is this issue of people just playing with people's time and people's emotions. Do you understand? Time is money, and if you're not interested in somebody, please don't waste your time. So if really the guy shows up and just from the outward, or maybe the way he speaks, or the way he approached you, or something, you have deduced that no, this is
one
not
of
the
our
one.
sense.
Don't waste his time.
Don't waste his time.
And I'm not interested. Really I'm not
Thank you.
interested. Do you understand? But if it is somebody, and this is why it's important for you as a lady to know what you want. So if somebody now shows up that is the kind of person you want, then yes, you can show the green light here is more like, yes, I'm listening to you, I'm hearing what you're saying. Okay, I'm asking a question back because I want to find out more. And so on. It's the engagement, you're allowing it to continue. But if you're not interested in the person, it's a simple, oh, sorry, I'm busy right now. Oh, sorry, there's this article I'm trying to get through.
Exactly.
There's a nice way to cut it short. You don't have to say, and then do all that. Why are you wasting time?
Every action or inaction you take is interpreted.
I feel like there are two sides to this.
You know, I was going to say that. You know, there's a comment. This comment. People are still commenting. This one just came in right now. It came in right now. The guy is Chinedu Wanko that says this one. He says, "Men are tired of these stupid games. If you like someone, just give them the opportunity.
Exactly.
If a girl doesn't like you from the onset, no matter how hard you chase her, she won't like you. But she may just change her mind and help you spend your money. Guys, if a girl proves hard to get, look for girls who like you and would make it easy for you to approach them. Why would I waste all day on one fish when I'm in an ocean filled with fishes?"
Exactly.
Kapish, kapash.
We can go on and
So
on.
I feel like there are two sides to this thing, right?
Yes.
In fact, there are a lot of
Yeah, a
sides,
lot of
but
sides
two
to
major
it.
sides.
Yeah.
So I think there's the part where I feel like men need to do proper vetting. So you're hearing about experiences that they should not be having. Sometimes I wish I could be a man for a bit, right? I'm not going to. I'm as a man, right? I'm not just going to walk up to any woman. So sometimes, right, when we gossip, you guys, one of the things that we say is you blame the sisterhood because of the kind of women that you woke up to. Right? There are certain kinds of women that you go to, and then you have the experiences that come with those kind of women, and then you generalize it. So a woman, I don't think that a mature woman will just want to waste a guy's time. What kind of upbringing does she have? Who is she? Because there are certain kinds of women that will not do that. So if you're drawn to those kind of women, you will not have those kind of experiences. So I think that men need to vet, like on one side, right? I'm coming. On one side, they need to vet the kind of women they are going to. That's why they're having certain experiences. Because I, for one, I know a number of women who would not do that. That's number one. Then number two, there's also the side of a woman not necessarily wasting your time. But this is her life now. If she goes to you, if she says yes to you now, this is her life. It's not a joke to her. And you must come like that. You must come with that understanding.
Serious business.
Serious.
It's business. It's
So
serious.
don't come and so I heard someone say 3 to 5 days. I'm like, this is my life. You're going to tell me tomorrow to sit down, and I will have to sit down. I need to be sure that when you say sit down, I can sit down and be okay.
Yes, you are right.
So I'm not in support of women wasting guys' time, but I'm also, I think what I'm drumming and what is my voice is that men need to show up in a certain kind of way. They need to come correct. Women need it. It's not so. I think that sometimes men think is a game. When a woman is trying to take her time, they think she's trying to play a game, but honestly, we're not. Except I'm childish. But a mature woman taking her time is because she's trying to pray about it, talk to 1 or 2 people about it, check in her heart. I've had people, I could have been married. I've had people that my first response to them was yes. I'm honest. I was already saying yes, but with time, when I let 1 or 2 dates and stuff go by, I realized I cannot spend the rest of my life with this person. And today I'm glad I did not do that, because in hindsight, I see that would have been a mistake. So men need to consider that as well.
Okay, so let me quickly respond to her. I think I'm in support of what you're saying. So this is what I want to say.
For once, hallelujah.
Seriously, right now. So the way I see it, there are 3, should I call it stages or phases of a man, or I think every man goes through. The first stage is the stage where he doesn't know himself and he doesn't know what he wants. The second stage is the stage where he knows himself, he knows what he wants, but he's not just ready to commit. The third stage is the stage where he knows himself, he knows what he wants, and he goes for what he wants. Do you understand? Now, I think, my opinion, I think the onus is on the woman to find out what stage is this man. Do you understand? Is he in the first stage? Is he in the second stage? Is he in the third stage? If you can do your homework, you can do your assignment, and that only happens in conversations. That happens when you both of you are talking. You get to know, oh, this guy is in this, he doesn't know himself, he doesn't know what he wants. Go. Oh, this guy is in a stage where he knows himself, he knows what he wants, but he just wants to play around. And I'm not that person, I'm not in that phase right now. Oh, this guy knows what he wants, he knows himself, and he's going for what he wants. This is the guy. But I feel most ladies are not even ready to go through that whole process of checking out this person. Like, oh, let me know what stage this guy is, and then find out if I can settle or not. So yeah.
But that takes time. What you just.
But in that time, there's communication. See, that communication is very important.
I'm not a fan of. So honestly, I would say to a guy, if you're talking to a girl and she's giving you that shoulder thing, please walk away. Personally,
thank you very much. For the first time we're agreeing on something.
Man. I think this agreement is a place to bring us into the dimensioning of the things that we have discussed, the things that we have discussed from last week, and that we are also talking about today. Today we're talking about the right voices, the right choices.
Yeah.
Right. So all that has been going on is a product of different things that. So listening and reading to all these comments, and I tell you, I read these comments, the good, the bad, and the ugly. I read them all. Do you get? And reading them, even the ones,
voices.
Yes,
you hear the different voices.
Yes. So even the ones that felt like, oh, they are abusive and stuff, I could hear the heart, right? I could hear the pain. I could hear the experience. I could hear the voices. And what are the voices that I'm hearing from all of these people? The thing is, most people are conditioned. So when you hear them, what you are hearing is a product of 3 things. The voices you are hearing is a product of their experiences, is a product of their education, and is a product of their emotional, their environment. So their experiences are emotional. Their education talks about their upbringing, and their environment talks about their culture, the culture that raised them. Do you understand? So all of these things come out when you hear people talk. So when I hear some of this, when I read, as I read all these comments, my heart, I was pained because I could see a generation that needs help. They are speaking, and in their mind, everybody is right. That's the problem.
Very true.
Yeah.
You understand? Everybody is right. So, but how do they end up correctly? In their mind, they are right. But how does this rightness express itself practically? Express itself in finding a good woman. Express itself in showing up as a good man. Express itself in having a relationship that gives our community peace. But because don't get it twisted, if a relationship between a man and a woman doesn't work, it's not only the two of them that suffer. It's an entire community that suffers. And that's why in family life engineering, we always speak about it in the context of a marriage is the coming together of 2 nations to produce a generation that gives the society peace.
Wow, I like that.
Do you understand? So if the 2 people that are coming together are not empowered, they they are going to breed nations and a generation that will cause chaos to the society. So it means that it's not just the two of them that are involved. So even all the people that were saying all the things on social media, the question I was asking myself is the voices that I'm hearing, who educated these voices? What was the upbringing that raised these men? Okay, all of them have different things to say, but I could feel their pain. It felt like something was touched.
Yes.
So the question is, who is mentoring this generation? Who are the people? Who are the voices that have raised them? Who are the voices that have educated them? What are the emotional experiences that they have had that has brought them to this place?
Yeah. And something important to address here is the fact that yes, sometimes you may not have been fortunate to have like a wonderful father and mother figure, you know, showing you what a beautiful marriage should be like. You know, you may not have been opportune to grow up in an environment where beautiful values in marriage are modeled, you know, and where you have thriving families. You may have had it like rough growing up, but when you come to the place where you are now, you have the opportunity to say, okay, I've had it this bad or I've had it this good, but I want it to be good and better, heading to best, right? And then you by yourself intentionally seek out mentors. You know, we say follow who know road. You know, we say like follow who know road, but it applies even in relationships.
It's a practical
marriage.
principle.
Yeah, follow who know road. Just a simple. There's this woman in church. She and her husband look really happy. You know, from time to time, let me just try to have a little conversation with her, hear her talk about her family life, one or two things. You know, back in the day, you'd have the younger ladies helping an
elder lady,
and maybe just help her when she's had a baby, or just help her over the weekend to tidy up one or two things for a few hours, and then you're off. But during that period, you get to talk, you get to gist, you get to ask questions, you get to observe and say, how about this? What do you do about this? You get to even advise yourself, because I remember I used to say, I'll have 7 children, but after I helped my sister, who was like my mentor, to take care of a baby for a few hours, that number dropped. Yes, it dropped from 7 to 3.
So that's an experience.
That's an experience. But then I wouldn't have had that if I did not expose myself to mentorship. So it's really important that, yes, for instance, everybody's saying, ladies, don't allow any guys something, and then you now full and be playing hard to get in this current world. Do you understand? The least that you can do is give the people that look reasonable, the people that, because we say, size up these people from a distance, even before they come close enough to start asking questions, you know. But then if they have come close enough and you have determined that, okay, maybe this one fits my profile a bit, the least that you can do is be polite.
Yeah.
Polite enough for a conversation to happen, for you to find out more, that will let you know, okay, should we even go further, or should we just end it here? But you see, mentors, a mentor will tell you, look, if you are looking for this kind of relationship, if you're looking for, then this is how to conduct yourself. Do you understand? As a woman who is, should I say, empowered, where you're not depending on men for money, for goodness sake. And this is another thing that a lot of guys were talking about. The woman is coming to take my money. The woman is coming to eat my money. Maybe it's that song that said, no, chop my money, chop my money. Maybe it's that song that has indoctrinated guys. And there are a number of other songs that keep talking about women eating money. For goodness sake. There are a lot of empowered women, rich women. If you check, maybe they have money more than you. Do you understand? There are plenty.
So in that case, you
can't be bringing money.
It can't be money.
What is giving you a sense of confidence and I am all of that? It cannot be money, because by the time you bring your money and you're saying, I'll do this, I'll take you to, maybe you're mentioning Ghana. She has been to Dubai. She has been to Doha. She has been to New York. You say, I'll take you out. We'll lodge in a hotel for the weekend. She's telling you, excuse me, have you been to Kempinski? Have you been to Four Seasons? Have you been to... She'll start naming... Do you understand? What are you going to do for her? Money.
You have to bring value.
Do you understand?
It means you have to bring something more.
Yes. There has to be something more. And value speaks. Do you understand? Value will identify value, just like Yoma was saying. So by the time you are, even in the way you carry yourself, because part of the whole experience of being polished and becoming a better version of yourself is courage, is how you show up, is how you present yourself, is how you dress, is how you speak, is how you even start the conversation with that other person. Because you'll be able to say, okay, this woman that I'm going to meet, that's some ways you just size up people from the way I've seen that one. I can't talk anyhow. When you go to her, the greeting has to be proper. It's proper. It's well cultured. It's civil. When you're calling her, you don't say ace from a distance.
You answer you.
You walk up to her
she
and
won't even
say,
turn.
excuse me, and then she turns, yes, how may I help you? Not ace or that thing.
And you see, but something you're saying here that is very key is part of what instructed some of the things that I said. Which is the fact that you have a woman that carries herself like this. There are lots of guys that say she is playing hard to get, but she just understands her values and will not drop it just because you are a nice looking brother or you have money.
Yes,
but
and you know what I want to say there? I think part of the problem is that guys have not learned to accept rejection.
Yep.
Collect your full chest. And move on.
Yep.
Do you understand? It's not everybody that will fall for you.
Yep.
You are not everybody's spec.
Yep.
Do you understand?
This place you are going.
So you should.
I think that
you
we're
should-
getting somewhere.
This place you are going.
you should be able to own the rejection and move on. Say, okay, it seems this one is not interested in me, but the one that will like me the way I am is somewhere out there, so I'm moving on. So when a lady says no to you, or a lady responds in a certain way to you, don't just say she's playing hard to get. It's not every single lady
And then get
that is playing.
abusive.
Yes, it's not every single lady that is playing hard to get. Some of them you are just not their
their
type.
type.
Full stop.
And it
As
works
simple
both
as
ways.
that.
It
Yes.
works both ways.
Yes.
It works
absolutely.
both ways.
It works both ways. But the thing
The guys
like
they take it more personal.
the
though,
thing
I
for
feel.
guys, like you mentioned, it works both ways, but it feels like when you do it to a guy, a lot of guys easily get abusive. They let me put it to you, they turn out to rough. Do you understand?
Turn confrontational.
They turn confrontational.
So why is it like that?
These are still the things we are saying. The voices, what are the experiences that raise them?
So
What's the environment in which they are raised?
I have
Yeah.
a question.
Yeah.
You mentioned mentorship. Now, there are a lot of guys out there that do not have mentors. They don't see why they should have a mentor.
Thank you.
So please, why should a guy? Why should an average? In fact, why should who is this guy that all those guys that are on Facebook? I'm dropping those comments.
Yes.
Why should I have mentors, especially in a world where, because let me get out of myself now and put myself in their shoes, where it feels like having a mentor is much of a hassle in a way. Do you understand?
It's hard work.
It's hard work because it's not like, in fact, you hear some people say, well, I can mentor you from a distance, but some of these guys, what they need is actually
Close contact.
a close contact. Some of them don't even know how to. Now, of course, we know that there is the general thing with guys and ego. Guys,
Yes, you hit it now.
do you understand? Guys have the
You
ego.
hit it now.
I don't know if you've seen this movie, The Forge.
Yes,
Right?
I've seen it.
You saw when the guy walked up, when he went to apply for this thing,
Yeah.
and the man came to him and he just saw the paper and was about to walk out. And the man called him back.
Thank you. That's how most of this.
Exactly. But you see, right now, we don't have men who will call you back. We don't have most men. Let me not generalize.
Yeah.
We don't have most men who will call you back. And like, I see a problem here.
Yes.
I know you have this ego thing, but I take interest in you. Let's work something out. We have men who will tell you immediately that boy steps out. That's how he is. Let him get out. So every man is like, I mean, what's there? Because of course we all know that men have ego. So why should a man have a mentor? That's one. And how do mentor these guys who know they have value? You know you have the value to give. How do you help these guys who do not see the reason why they should come to you?
But you know that they need you.
But you know they need you. God bless you.
Yeah. So you know,
Abby, let me take that one.
okay. All right.
Okay. So you see, and this touches me very closely because I read the comments of guys. I read the comments of almost 100 different guys speaking from their place. And I'm looking at it and I'm saying, guys, I think we need to come to a point where we need to talk to ourselves, with ourselves, and be real with ourselves. We need that environment where we can be free to be who we are, not who culture or society has tried to force us to become. To be real enough, to be true enough to yourself,
To be vulnerable.
to be who you ought to be, not who you have been made to be. Because I heard a number of people talk about, how can I do this in this economy? It means that the economy has conditioned you in a way. So you have become a product of your environment. But there is a better version of you that is not subservient to the realities around you. There's such power with guys. And what I was speaking about is speaking from a place where I understand that within guys, it's possible to be a strong man and be broke, but you're a broke, strong man. And women will respect that. Do you understand? So I'm trying to say, I think we need to have that community, and I'm inviting guys to that community, one that we have created that we call the Man Cave. I'm inviting guys to that community, and we will do a lot more with guys. And we need to speak to ourselves. We need to talk heart to heart, real issues. Come with your pain. Come with your reality, and let's forge a new image of a man that can bear the generation that is to come on their shoulders, not limited or not constrained by the environment or by the upbringing or by the experiences that they have had in their lives. And I think that's where we need to go. And that's the importance of mentorship.
Yeah, very important.
Because every guy needs a mentor, whether we like it or not.
Whether we admit it, whether we care to admit it or
whether
not.
we care to admit it or not, everybody
needs a
should
mentor.
answer to someone.
Yes.
You just have to have somebody you're answerable to, because even that person as well also has Papa Adeboye also has somebody.
Yes.
Everyone needs
Everybody.
to, because like you said, we are all a product of our environment. The voices that speaks to our ear, the voices we keep hearing, the environment we come from, the experiences we face, heartbreaks and all of that, it conditions men. And the problem is that our ego will not allow us accept the fact that, listen, I need help here. Okay.
I also feel that there's like a lot. It's not easy to be a man.
Oh,
Thank you.
You're seeing it now, right?
Thank you.
So I feel like men need to recognize that. So there's something about recognizing that there's a lot on the shoulders of men. So having help is not a bad thing. It doesn't mean that you're weak. It just means that you're carrying a lot, and you need help for what you need to carry.
And again, ladies also need to understand that as well.
Understand what?
Understand that a man shoulders a lot, and beyond, when he speaks, don't just see him from the words that come out of his mouth. See what is feeding those words that comes out of him. See the experiences that's inspiring what he's saying. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because men can talk out of their emotions sometimes, but beyond those words, see where the hurt is coming from. And I really celebrate ladies who have the ability to see beyond a man's word.
So I think that so personally, I've seen people speak and I could see what they were like, where they were speaking from.
Exactly.
But I asked myself if I wanted to do the work.
Exactly.
And not every work.
So
the fact that I understand doesn't
was-
mean I'll settle for the work.
Exactly. So
You know,
I was
they're
going
not
to say, I was going to say just that. Just what
I
she
don't want
said
a
now.
project.
I was exactly. So some ladies can sense that, and that's why there's something my wife said that I had to piggyback on, is that when you sense, you need to be able to sense where the guy is coming from and know that, okay, even though this one is not for me, can I do it with gentleness and with respect?
Yeah.
Because I understand where he's coming from. I understand what he's playing at, even if he doesn't even get it. Yeah. So can I do it with gentleness and with respect? And that's that thing about being cordial to each other, because
That's
just because
respect.
he's a human being,
Exactly.
right? You understand?
I feel
Because he's a human being.
like saying this as well, it also buttresses the fact that men need mentors. We all need mentors, ladies as well. But if
ladies
you
have
know
plenty
that, if you know that this person is going to come to you, like you're going to go to her, and even though she understands, she might not want to settle for it. But if you have someone that can help you do the work, so I've had a friend. I have a friend who he's shared some of his experiences asking girls out, and I understand where the girls are coming from. But I love him as my friend, right? So he's my friend. We're cool. But the girls are saying no. But deep down in my heart, some of these things, I know that I love him, but I might not be able to live with these things.
Baba is a friend.
But he can, well, he can actually. But I, because he's my friend, I see hope for him, because if he gets the right people, he will be fine, and he will still be able to get any girl he wants. But he needs to do the work, not with the girl. That's where the mentors come in.
He needs to
Yes.
do
He
work
needs to
on
do the
himself.
work on himself, and he may need
On
people
himself.
that will help him do
Yes.
the work. In fact, there are some girls that he can still even go back to them, and they would see that it's not the same person.
The progression.
Yeah.
But
The
don't
journey.
expect that the girl will be the one doing the work.
No,
It doesn't work
no.
like
So,
that.
you know, something that I think women do very well is just, I mean, big sister vibes, mother hen vibes, all
Yeah.
of those things. Do you understand? I can't have a young woman in my space and I'm watching her make a mess of her life. Do you understand? And there are many women that are like this. We will go out of our way. So even when you are trying to act like, oh, I'm independent, I don't need help, come and sit down here. So what's happening?
Yeah.
And we will probe, you will ask, you will eventually ask those questions that are on your mind, and we will offer counsel. Do you understand? So the issue of, oh, some people say they want to mentor me from afar is because you went a little too high up to look for mentor. Just look, they said follow who knows. Let's do
Follow who knows
Yes.
around your
exactly. Let's do the next 5 years. Somebody who is 5 years ahead and is doing well. Where do I want to be in 5 years? Look for that guy in your space. Do you understand? And ask the questions. So things like, I went to meet this girl and she just acted like this. That mentor can bring perspective as to why that girl acted like that. Because they can ask you, okay, what did you say when you met her? Where was the environment? What was the question you asked? Do you understand? And they'll help you understand, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done it that way. Okay. And then, okay, so what should I do next time?
Yeah.
I've tried this like this,
And
didn't
you
work. I've tried
learned.
this other one, it didn't work. And then that mentor can tell you, try this, or this is the proper way. Or do you understand? This is why it is really important for people to have mentors, so that you can ask those questions. Ask those questions. It's just like a lady that would say, I want to get married, but nobody's approaching me. If you have a mentor who is that's in close enough, that mentor can drill down to even, do you have a particular, is there a kind of breeze that blows when you pass that can make someone not even want to ask you?
Yes.
That's when you allow people in your space and you open yourself up for mentoring. So don't go too far. And you cannot tell me there's nobody around me that can mentor me, my
that's
friend. Look, so younger people who need mentoring, approach people. And the older men, please look out for the young guys around you and help them out. Because we're hearing too many times ladies saying guys aren't showing up, guys aren't measuring up, guys are lightweight, guys don't have a presence, guys this,
That's
guys
the thing,
that.
yeah.
Do you understand? What is that all about? And women are mentoring like crazy. We mentor on everything, down to how to enter boardroom.
Yes.
And when you get there, keep the door open for others to come.
That's up to how to enter boardroom, down to how to enter kitchen.
I think we have
Do you understand? So that's what. So we can't be. Women are continuously getting charged.
Yes.
To the point that, in fact, we went to one program and one lady had to say, please, we are talking about all these goals, ambitions, great things. Me, I just want to be big girl life. I just want to plant my garden and bake cakes and stuff. Do you know? So I'm just trying to let you know the extent to which women are being mentored to succeed in different aspects of life. So yes,
So
Back to your
the,
husband.
the thing is really touching me. See that it just feels like, and the reality of it is that men need mentors, but we don't even want to have them. A lot of men don't want to have mentors. A lot of men feel like all I need. In fact, I've had guys say to me, say, all I need is let me just make money. Say if I make money, marriage will be settled. If I make money, this one will be settled. And I'm thinking to myself, guy,
Listen, how many divorced rich men there are on the planet?
Yes. No, I'm thinking to myself, money does not solve all your problems. Money doesn't solve all problems. It's okay to have it. It's good to have it. I can tell you, it's good to have it. But as a man, what happens when the money is not there? Do you become a woman? Do you become less of yourself? You have to become something. And then money just empowers you to be more. Do you understand? So it's that there's so much more that men can be that the world is not even experiencing, because we have either been acculturized into thinking that, oh, I'm just supposed to be the provider of money to the home. So when the woman now has money, what are you provider of? As a man, if the woman has money, has her own money, what are you providing? But there are things that men must provide. Men must provide stability. They must provide safety. They must provide structure.
Husband, man. What's the next S now?
Anyway, well, it was. I just needed to say that there's so much that men must provide to the world, and mentors are part of those that can bring them out. I am a product of mentorship, right? And a number of them, they have happened at different seasons in my life. It's not this. Some people can have the same mentor forever, but some of us, we in a season of our life, it was just like certain men. God brought certain men into our space, and those men taught us how to talk to women. Those men taught us how to handle ourselves, how to deal with our weaknesses. Because men do have weaknesses, but it seems like society makes it seem like if a man has a weakness, he's less of a man. No, strong men have weaknesses. It's just a question of how do you deal with it. So men need to learn how to deal with their weaknesses, to deal with their fears, to deal with their anxieties, to deal with their dreams and their expectations. And this is where mentorship comes around. So that when you see a mentor, you can ask the question, I think I should be such and such. How did you get here? And one of the worst things I hate is when somebody, which is something about this, is when somebody ask you, which is something I never do. When somebody asks you, how did you get here? And I say, oh, man, God, oh.
Because you've not shown the way.
Because that doesn't tell him anything.
Doesn't help. Yeah.
They said, I'm going to, and that's why I said, follow who know road. And who know road a lot of times is not always your pastor. Your pastor can know road for one thing. I have a financial mentor. I have a real estate mentor. I have a spiritual mentor. I have a what's it called? A fitness. I have different, because I have different people that I look up to for different things. One of my mentors, in fact, he doesn't even know. That's why I said it's possible to mentor from afar, but it must be deliberate. He doesn't even know that he's my mentor, but he has taught me for years. Because every morning when I wake up, I listen to him, and I adapt and I adjust. Another person became my mentor when he said that when I am 70, I want to be able to still walk upright. And I've been watching the guy. The guy is getting close to 70 and he's still walking upright. And he said this almost 10 years ago. And because of that, there are certain things that he does not do. And I've been watching him. He's in my space. I've never told him I'm waiting until he's 70, and I'll tell him I've been watching you for 15 years. I don't know if you understand. But what that forces me to do is that I can watch him and I can look at myself and say, oh boy, 70 is still foul. So I cannot be walking around, and I have to be upright. I have to sit up. I can't walk and slouch. So I have people that I have a mentor that I watch. When the guy walks into the room, he fills up the space. So I know that I cannot walk into the room and I'm this thing. And they say, what's the problem? So just because you don't have money in your pocket, your shoulder drops. It happens to a lot of guys. When they don't have money, their shoulder will not fall like hanger. You get? Will fall like hanger. But you have to. There's this thing about a man that if you know who you are, it doesn't your financial situation does not establish your
identity,
your relevance. Thank you. It does not establish your relevance. You are a product of who you know you are within, and that's what you need to show to the world.
Exactly.
And that's where mentorship and men need to come together. In fact, even there's men in mentorship. So we need it. We need it more.
Yeah.
Mentorship.
Another thing.
All right.
When we were talking
Closing
about,
thoughts.
closing thoughts.
Already.
Wow.
An hour has already gone by.
Wow. I feel like we've not really even
We've never
unpacked.
started.
Because when you were speaking, I was just hearing environment, right? And then it occurred to me that a lot of people are products of like trauma, and you cannot blame anybody for trauma.
Yes.
You
Unresolved.
cannot. Every time
unresolved trauma.
So every time I see products of trauma, I just feel sympathy. So how do we help? How do we get helped? Right? Because sometimes we don't even know the areas that we have experienced trauma. So how do people unpack? Like some comments you see that there's something deeper. Sometimes it's trauma. Some people watched their parents being abusive to themselves. Some people watch their dads abusing their mom. Some guys are even following the pattern because they feel like somehow that's the idea they have of who women are. So many things, really, So, and then some people are just traumatized by bad. They grew up in good homes and everything, but maybe the first babe they toasted was a mess. They say broken people break others. So maybe one broken person came and how do we deal with all of that?
I can't overemphasize that. I know KJ need to give your closing thoughts. The one word for that is still mentorship, because sometimes you actually just need somebody take you by the hand and show you how to walk this path. You see, this life is hard enough, and I echoed what there was someone that made a comment last week. He said this country is hard enough. I don't need any lady giving me stress. Good point, valid point. This life is hard enough. Sometimes you just need someone to hold you by the hand and say, let's take a walk. That's how some of these traumas get resolved, because you need to meet someone who has either been in your corner or has been trained to help people in your corner get out. And that's one of the things that we have done. That's one of the things we do in my practice, because you are trained. And that's why I said it's not every pastor, it's not all your pastor that should be your mentor. Because they mean a couple walked into my office and said, their pastor has been trying to settle them and this, and then they had to come and see a professional counselor. And I said, Auntie, I have nothing against your pastor, but it's not every pastor that is a marriage counselor, because they've not been trained. Maybe they don't even have that grace. Their grace is to shepherd you, but their grace may not be to help you make your marriage a heaven on earth. You need a professional that has been trained and that has a track record that you can follow to help you pass this. And that's why it's called track record, because they have walked that track before you and they can show you how.
Yeah. Okay. My closing remark would be this, guys. This is. I'm speaking from my heart.
Why are you sounding soft now?
Yeah, no, because it's
touching.
It's an emotional
touching,
conversation.
Every man out there, let's just settle within ourselves and say we need mentorship. See, I cannot overly emphasize that we need mentorship. We have an avalanche of unresolved emotional issues inside of us. Like it's bottled up, and sometimes it reflects on how we treat the next person, down to even the ladies we so want to get married to. And a whole lot of us go into marriage with these unresolved emotional issues, and then we exude all of these things then, and then we give the ladies problem. So as a guy, I don't care how macho you think you are, I don't care how bearded, because you know you have this whole stuff. Bro, come on, man, you need a mentor, you need someone you can talk to. Honestly, find that person and have peace.
And no peace, man. No peace.
Fantastic. Thanks, KJ. And this has been really good. Just going down memory lane, being last week and re-experiencing your dragging on social media, and of course trying to address some of the concerns that we saw in those comments. Yeah. So thanks, KJ, and thanks, Yoma. And thank you to my darling husband for engaging in the conversation, and for everyone joining in the banter in the comment section. Thanks for your participation. Remember to like this video, like,
press it, bump.
and share, because many
The
people
other
need
one that
this.
did like this.
Yes, share. And if you have not yet subscribed, please do so.
Subscribe. That red one, subscribe.
Yes.
And then the bell. Press it, bump.
And many thanks to the team, everyone behind the cameras, the people working on sound and all of that. Thank you for the good work you do all the time. So we will see you again next time on Common Sense for Relationships, when we deal with the next problematic issue.
This one touched things.
Yes.
Yes, things have been touched.
Yes.
As we always say,
Common sense.
sense.
It's not,
it's not
so
so
common.
Come on.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you once again for joining us. We hope you got great value today. Our goal is to bring you valuable information to help you make better decisions in your life and relationships. Please do not forget to subscribe, share, and like.